I don't entirely understand why men pursue women. I mean, I understand that physical attraction plays the biggest part, but then I would just ask, why are we attracted to them? The evolutionary answer is that we just want to procreate, but is it really that simple? The pursuit of women comes with consequences. Some are good, like comfort, warmth, belonging, and even children. But there are also adverse effects, like having less time, energy, and freedom. Without pursuing women, men have more uninterrupted hours to work, train, think, and build, or even things as simple as relaxing and self-care. And yet, those things don't stop men from chasing women. A lot of the time, even if it goes against a man's self-interest, he still pursues. And why? I wonder if there's something deeper going on. So the question is, why exactly are men so attracted to women? At the most basic level, the answer does seem biological, but not like in a shallow sense. Male attraction isn't a thought, it's a state of being, and it's triggered by specific sensory patterns. When a man finds a woman attractive, measurable things happen. Dopamine activates, testosterone amplifies, norepinephrine spikes, the heart rate rises, blood flow increases, visual fixation intensifies. It's like you have all of these cognitive tasks competing with one another. Attraction isn't an idea in the head, it's like a command signal to the body. Beauty doesn't just attract, it changes a man's entire physiology. That's why it's not a good idea to boil male attraction down to wanting sex. I think that totally misses the point. If attraction was just about sex, then having sex would end it. Release would dissolve the fixation. But the thing is, it doesn't. Men remain fixated, inspired, emotionally attached, willing to sacrifice, even immediately after sexual release. Aesthetics has always fascinated me because it deals with the question of what exactly is beauty. Is it something that arises from subjective experiences? Is it a conflux of strong emotions that creates a reaction within the body? Is it some type of pattern? Is it order, proportion, intelligibility? Well, I can tell you that one philosopher named Plato believed that beauty was objective, that beautiful things participated in the form of beauty itself. There was something to like a ladder to it. First, there was physical beauty. This is the entry point. Then there was moral beauty, and then intellectual beauty. And finally, was the essence of beauty itself. Sexual beauty was the hook, a way of pulling us towards something deeper. Aristotle saw beauty differently. He saw it as orderly, something that was intelligible. Beauty was what made sense. It was recognition, completion. Not because it aroused us, but because it resolved something in our minds. Men have an especially deep passion for beauty. Yes, we love games, competition, creation, but one thing that seems to push us farther than anything else is a deep drive for the beautiful, especially beautiful women. But why do we care about beautiful women? What's so special about them? Now listen, I'm just talking from my thoughts here, okay? I don't know if it's different for other people, but at least in my experience, a man's life is dominated by tension. It's about proving himself. It's about striving to become something, to become someone. It's about risking. It's about competing. There's tons of male activities that attempt to endure this type of tension, okay? Sports, video games, art, business, legacy, looks. But here's the thing. Beautiful women do something different to this tension. They kind of collapse it. They make it so that we feel at ease, stillness, peace, meaning. These emotions, these feelings are absolutely intoxicating. I'm not going to pretend to know what all men think. Some guys want different things than others. But I know there is a portion of men large or small, who ask themselves this question, either explicitly or implicitly. Was my suffering justified? And for a lot of men, the answer can be yes, if we arrive at something specific. Beauty. Now, I'm not a simp, okay? I'm not a simp, okay? Trust me, trust me. Just trust. I'm not a simp. But I think that there's more to beauty than just women. Beauty is in all sorts of things. It's also in women, but it's in all sorts of other things. Beauty can be in a piece of art that we create. It can be some invention. It's a system or a mechanism, something we built, something that even produces something beautiful. But most commonly, the attainment of beauty can be found within women. Here's the thing. Man doesn't do things without a reason. He needs some sort of motivation, and many men call it different things. Some are looking for status. Some are looking for wealth. Some have ambition. But these are only means to a higher goal. Man is looking for completion, for the resolution of his telos, to resolve his purpose. So one of the most interesting things about mythology, one of the things that I find fascinating in fiction and history, is how far men will go for beautiful women. And one of the best examples of this is the story of Helen of Troy. This is probably one of the most famous examples too. The whole idea is Helen is the most beautiful woman on earth. She is sought by powerful men across seas. Cities are destroyed. Hundreds, if not thousands, are slaughtered. People go to war for this woman. And the thing is, Helen herself is passive. She's a passive character in this story. The destruction doesn't come from her actions. It comes from men organizing their purpose around her beauty. It wasn't that she was just beautiful. Kings and lords had plenty of beautiful women. They had the entire kingdom at their disposal of women to choose from. It's not that they didn't have an abundance. It's that Helen's beauty was so great that men felt compelled to sacrifice their own men, their resources, their time, friendships, and even at times their own ego, just to have a chance to attain her. This isn't about greed. These men weren't stupid. It wasn't just about sex. It wasn't about ego. Helen's beauty was different. It was singular, divine, almost beyond rationality. Her beauty changed the psychology of these powerful men. And so I wonder what the story of Helen of Troy is actually about. Is it a cautionary tale of lust? Or is it trying to say something about the nature of beauty? Beauty in the story becomes the highest value, enough for men to destroy their own nations. And the funny thing is, yeah, it might be exaggerated as a story, but the ideas of the story come from real life. Beautiful women are sought after, they're admired, they're pursued by thousands, millions, maybe even billions of men. Men cheat, they lie, they hurt, they betray each other for beautiful women. It becomes the center of their thoughts. It is the desire their life revolves around. It becomes everything to them. In the story of Helen of Troy, men gave up everything to have a chance with her. And the same is true throughout history, and especially in the modern age. Now the question is why? And the answer is I'm not really entirely sure, but I have an idea. It might have something to do with men's telos. I wonder if it's something existential. Women's beauty feels like some sort of final meaning. It feels like total validation, some sort of end to strife, the answer to existence itself. And if there are two questions men will burn the world down to answer, one, it's why does the world exist? And two, why does he exist? The thing is, this may be the great mistake that men make, mistaking beauty for ultimate meaning. And this is one of the modern era's most significant, most severe problems. It seems like one of the core mistakes of men isn't loving beauty. The problem is treating women's beauty as the ultimate meaning. In the past, beauty was rare. It was localized. There were social regulations around dating and marriage. Now, granted, worship still happened. There was Helen of Troy, at least in the stories. Then there was Cleopatra. There were myths and historical accounts of other very beautiful women. But the damage was contained within specific places. Society built taboos, institutions. It had moral frameworks, limits, things like Christianity, Judaism, other types of religions. But those constraints are gone now. Beauty is globalized. Men worship women online. Women are being doused with money and attention and validation in anything they could possibly ever dream of. And it seems like women are becoming so desensitized that they don't really even need anything from men anymore. Not only do they not need men, but some of them don't even like men. Some seem to even hate men. And so the problem comes to men who lack telos. They lack purpose. They don't know what to do with themselves, and so they don't know when to stop themselves. And so they throw money and attention at beautiful women. They don't even know why they're doing it. It's just purely instinctual. And because they don't understand that, they're destroying themselves, and they're also destroying the women who they're validating. And they're doing it for the smallest chance of reciprocity. But the thing is, it never comes, because that's not how this works with technology and the internet. These guys, their life doesn't progress, but the investment increases. They get hooked onto serving the women of their fantasy, of their ideals. They give her everything. They basically serve her. And that investment turns into obsession. And when the obsession isn't reciprocated, it turns into resentment. And so I think one of the greatest things that we can take away from this is that when men lack telos, they deify beauty. And when beauty is deified, it degrades both the worshiper and the idol. And so what I think is happening is men are missing what beauty actually is. Beauty isn't man's purpose. It's the manifestation of said purpose. Beauty seems to signal finality, satisfaction, completion. But here's the distinction. Women are not meaning themselves. They are the bearers of meaning. Women seem to host a few things: beauty, peace, continuity. Now, I don't think they generate these things intrinsically. Women feel like the end to many men, but if we pay close attention, man doesn't find peace in a woman. He finds peace in resting from strife. And I think it's the feelings that she confers, such as safety, acceptance. I think this is where many men meet their end. And this happens in the movies. The end of the movie comes when the guy gets the girl, when the prince saves the princess. This is when the curtains close, the credits roll, and just like in the movies, men take this finality of getting the girl. For many men, marriage becomes the peak, and that's when they stop moving. They stop trying. They stop training, stop advancing. They stop building. And this leads to deep dissatisfaction with themselves and also the dissatisfaction of the person that they're with. They become fat, lazy, in debt. And this seems to be some sort of signal that something's gone wrong. The mistake is thinking that you crossed the finish line. But the thing is, attaining women isn't the finish line. It's a signal that you're in the right direction, or you're at least on the right path. It seems to me that women are also attracted to telos, the telos manifested through men. And so I need you to stick with me here, because this is kind of where it gets more abstract and a little bit confusing. It seems to me a man's telos is becoming consistent in both belief and action. Now, I can attest to this personally because as a young guy, even now, but many years ago when I was younger, I had so many questions about the world and about life and how I was supposed to do things. Well, where was I supposed to go? What was I supposed to want? Did I need to find a girlfriend? Did I need to get married? Did I need to get a good job? Did I have to start building a legacy? What was I supposed to do? I didn't know. And that confusion, that chaos is not only unattractive to men, but I think it's unattractive to women as well. And so it seems to be the case that both men and women are attracted to the manifestation of telos within someone. And so a man that knows who he is, he understands what he wants. He has a understanding of his path. He knows where he's going. People find this attractive, men and women. And so that's what I think it means to have the coherence of telos, to become attractive to both men and women. This is when men understand what they want and they're going to go for it, no matter what anybody else thinks. They don't need validation for what they want. And it's this kind of rebellious attitude that people find attractive. They find this person to be the underdog, but they also find them to be independent and strong and unmoving and firmly rooted in who they are. I don't think women are conscious of this, but they respond to the signals of coherence. They respond to things like internal alignment, directionality, self-possession, emotional regulation, confidence. Women's attraction reflects men's telos. When the man starts to self-actualize, when he gets closer to self-transcendence, this is something that women deeply admire. Now, I want to be clear. A lot of this is speculation. This is based on experience, reflection. These are just my thoughts. For a long time, I didn't understand attraction. I would say I vaguely even understand it now. I'm still trying to wrap my head around what it all means because it's so vague and it's so abstract. Why guys like girls? Why girls like guys? It doesn't seem to just be sexual attraction. That answer doesn't seem satisfying. It doesn't answer enough of my questions. And I think that's because it's far more complex than that. The thing is, it's not so easy to discuss this because attraction and the pursuit of women, it's not grounded in axioms like logic is. Beauty and attraction and desire are difficult things to grasp. I still don't understand fully men's purpose, and I don't know why women seem to be attracted to men who have purpose or exhibit their purpose. I don't know what ends it serves. If it's biological or religious or something else. And this is a hard truth. I may never know the answer to that. But I think there is something important that I've learned from my life experiences and from all this introspection. Something that everybody needs to deeply consider, especially men. Women are not the end goal, and it's dangerous in treating them as such. Men have destroyed nations over this. They destroy each other. They destroy themselves. Especially today in the modern era. We're living through an uprising of young men who've been abandoned and villainized. There's all kinds of groups emerging. Looks maxers, MGTOWs, black pillars, red pillars, tradcons, groypers. The thing is, large swaths of these guys are treated unfairly, and a lot of them are losing faith in the system. And it's for a good reason. And that's why I want people to grapple with these ideas. I don't think women are to blame. I think most are just average people responding to incentives. Some are manipulative, but a lot of them are just swept up in social media and globalization, and they shouldn't be blamed for that. They shouldn't be praised either, but they're really just reacting to their environments. With the massive increase in competition across the globe, men need the information now more than ever to understand what they're up against. This is what the red pill is for. It's knowledge, it's information. And the truth is that most people are going to have a really hard time in life. But the thing is, if the knowledge is out there, at least people have an opportunity to make their lives better. The answer is not hatred, it's understanding. Women are different. They desire different things than men. They act differently than men. Now, we shouldn't conform to them. We also shouldn't resent them. Men need to adapt. We need to praise good behavior, and we also need to shame bad behavior. I think in the modern era, and especially from the red pill, besides it being just raw, unfiltered knowledge, the simplest prescription you can take away from it is don't let women take advantage of you. It's not good for them, and it's not good for us.